I have this program with a product and the units that I want to buy and the price of each unit. And I'm printing here all the values, but I want to calculate the total of the purchase. Let's see how can I do it. I will add a new variable. I will call it total. And I want to multiply 6 times 250. I'm using this times operator to multiply. And I will print the value of this total variable to see if it works. And yes, it's giving me 15, which is 6 times 250. But if I change the units and I run the program again, it's not giving me the updated result. So I will use the variables instead of copying the values. So now I have the correct result. I can change the price and run the program again, and it will give me the updated total. We have seen this multiply operator. Let's see the plus operator. Let's suppose that we have to pay 5 for the shipping. Well, let's better create a variable and put 5 into it and use the variable here. Also, let's say that we have some discount for the purchase of 10. And we are going to see the minus operator to subtract this amount to the total price. Here we have the final result. Let's say that we are now buying 50 units. I will change the price to 250 because it's easier to calculate the final result mentally. And it looks like the result is correct. Now let's say that because we are buying a lot of units, we get half the price of each unit. So I'm using the division operator. So the times operator, division, plus and minus to subtract. These are the basic math operators and they are enough for most cases. I'm going to simplify the numbers so it is easier for me to calculate the result. So let's see, I'm going to calculate the expression, which is the units 10 multiplied by the price divided by 2, 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And then we add the shipping plus 5 and subtract the discount, minus 10. This is 30 plus 5, 35, minus 10, 25. By the way, this special character is to write a comment. This line will be completely ignored by the program. I'm going to simplify the output because I'm only interested in the total and it's the number that I expected. I'm going to copy this code to create the Kotlin version. I fixed the code by adding the var keyword for the variables. And by the way, the comment is done with this double slash in Kotlin, also in JavaScript and Java. I also write the correct name of the println function and fix the string interpolation according to the Kotlin syntax. The result, as you will see, is exactly the same. I'm going to change the way I calculate this price. Instead of dividing the price by 2, I am going to subtract 3, which is basically the same. It will calculate 6 minus 3, which is also 3. But if I run the program now, you will see a different result. Why is this happening? Because the multiplication, units times price, is done before subtracting 3. If I want the price minus 3 calculation to be done before units multiplied by price, I need to use this parenthesis. This way, I am telling the program to do this price minus 3 before multiplying by units. And I get the expected result. Now let's say that I move this calculation to the beginning of the expression. So what I'm doing now is 3 multiplied by 10, which is basically the same as before. You may think that now I can remove the parentheses because the price minus 3 operation will be done before, which will be 3, and then it will be multiplied by 10. But if you run the program, you will see a strange result. Why? Because the multiplication and division operators have more priority. It's like there were parentheses here, implicit parentheses. So if you want to change the priority, if you want to do the 6 minus 3 operation before, you need to put explicit parentheses. Okay, so let's change the expression in the code and let's run the program, and you will see that now the result is the expected 25. Now some suggestions about variables. We shouldn't use these mysterious numbers in expressions because later we will forget what is that. So I will create another variable, let's say price discount, and put the 3 value in it. Notice how I choose the name of this variable when there are multiple words. This is a naming convention called camelCase. It is used in Kotlin, Java, and JavaScript. We will talk about that later. Now let's do the same in Python. Let's also introduce this price discount. Notice that in Python the naming convention is different. You use the underscore. I need to put the parentheses also, and let's create this price discount variable with the value 3, and the result should be the same. One last thing, this expression is a bit long, so I think we could simplify it. This part here, I will cut it and I will define a new variable called base price and put that expression there. So now I think my program is a little bit more easy to read. I can also extract this part here in another variable. This is, let's say, the final price. So I define another variable and put the expression there. The parentheses are not necessary anymore if they are surrounding the whole expression.